morning, Patriots. Today I take the oath of a digital soldier. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. Where we go one, we go all.
Welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is the 30th of June, and on today's podcast, we'll be discussing a lot, very interesting material. We will be talking about witches and how we can see that they are casting hexes on the president. They tried it before with Kavanaugh and many others. We'll also be talking about executive orders that have been placed throughout this year. Much of them are very significant. And finally, friends, we'll be discussing 30,000 pedos have been arrested in Germany. We will be discussing that later as well, and much more. So my friends, sit tight, grab your popcorn. We are in this war together. It is always an honor for me to be on the front lines with you day in and day out, because where we go one, we go all. Guys, let me tell you about Health with True Reporting. It's about collagen and how important it is. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body and is essentially the glue that holds you together. In fact, after the age of 20, people produce about 12% less collagen in their skin each decade. That is very serious. For some, it's an even greater decline. This means that by the time you're middle-aged, like so many of us are, you could be producing less than half of the collagen that you did in your youth. Even worse, various lifestyle factors you have made and have been exposed to, like poor diet, smoking, pollution, stress, and excessive sun exposure, could make it even worse. So visit my page at www.healthwithtruereporting.com and secure your supply of the best collagen on the market that I trust. Link is in the description box below. It helps repair your health and your hair to make it look shiny and young looking again, supports joint flexibility, strengthens nails, teeth, and gums, promotes strong, healthy muscles, tendons, and ligaments, promotes stronger bones, supports digestive health. Guys, go to www.healthwithtruereporting.com. Get your collagen. You're going to feel 10 times better, and I have some right here. So don't think that I'm playing around. Thanks, guys, and enjoy the podcast. All right, guys, it's good to have you aboard. Before we get into today's show, would you please go ahead and subscribe to my backup channel, True Reporting 2.0. We all know a second wave of censorship is on its way, so please do your part and subscribe to True Reporting 2.0. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, go ahead and click that notification bell so when I upload a video or go live on this channel, you'll be the first to know by getting the alert. And finally, friends, would you please be kind enough as to leaving a like on this video? The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. And with that being said, my friends, let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So, as we can see here, coming at us from one of the best, at inevitable_ET, he says, Anon Witch Hunt digs. Witches have always scoffed at witch trials and satanic panics of the past. Antifa witches casting spells to hurt President Trump and others. This is the thread. President Trump always quotes witch hunt. He wasn't talking about the investigation into himself. Coming soon in the brackets. Witches on trial? Could be. Witchcraft, the definition that seems closest to the one that the accusers in the Salem witch trials used, is what they deem the Gothic Satanists. The Gothic Satanist is a worshiper of Satan who during the late Middle Ages and the Renaissance was believed to use black magic to harm others by involving the aid of Satan and his demons. Is witchcraft illegal in the state of Illinois? Guys, we all saw yesterday on the stream where they were having a prayer meeting inside it looked like a city council of some sort, and they opened up with a satanic prayer and then praised Allah. Guys, it is a spiritual war. We know it. It is an informational war. And in the end, God wins. Just hold strong to your faith and have faith in humanity and your president. Witches and Satanists have teamed up with leftists to destroy America. Satan and witches were evoking evil powers to aid those participating in the violence. Hashtag Witches for BLM serves a meeting place for practicing witches who want to learn how to cast protection spells, draw occult sigils, and hex police. 5 days after the hashtag started, it garnered 10 million views on the TikTok app. This was on June 20th of 2020. And we can see here, witches and Satanists have teamed up with leftists to destroy America. Guys, this is from fftodayforums.com. Barr made it clear that there was a, in quote, witches brew of extremists with varying ideologies, including anarchists, and those seeking to incite a civil war. That was on June 4th, 2020. And that is coming from foxnews.com. Witch hunt, December 10th, 2019. Tweeted out by Donald J. Trump. Then we could see here, Burn It All Down, an anti-fascist spell book. Check this out, guys. This is mind-blowing. As we could see here, Burn It All Down from Yerbamala Collective. And it will harm fascists, do what thou wilt. We're here to banish, bind, and destroy all of these effed up Johns. Get your wands ready. The death of fascism is nigh. Very, very strange. Witches are about to cast a binding spell on President Trump, October 21st, 2019. Remember, 11:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Timestamp noted. Daily Caller casting spells as well. I'm sure they are. They are so leftist. They are so corrupt, just like the New York Times and the Washington Post. And that is coming from the Daily Caller. Occult witches plan to cast Halloween spells on Trump for the third straight year. This is in the brackets active spiritual warfare. The spell is crafted, in quote, to bind Donald Trump and all those abet him, and is supposed to be performed during every waning crescent moon until Trump is removed from office. The ritual calls for the use of an unflattering photo of Trump, a tarot card, a stub of an orange candle, a pin, and a feather. Participants then call on the heavenly hosts, demons of the infernal realms, and spirits of the ancestors to bind Trump so that his malignant works may fail utterly. And this is coming out from WeLoveTrump.com. Inevitable_ET is killing it. He's laying it out, plain and simple, that this didn't just happen once. This didn't just happen twice. This has been happening for years now. They're trying to hex our president. The witches in the insurrection brackets, Terra. A Terra deck reimagined from an anti-fascist, anti-civilization, pro-sex worker, anarchist perspective. This is not a safe deck. It is a deck for the end of the world. A deck that shows both the brutality of destruction and the beauty of transformation. Their transformation. They want to cast darkness all over this planet. It's a deck for outcasts, anarchists, whores, witches, and you know what? Last updated October 9th of 2019. Again, from Kickstarter.com. This is basically Antifa witches. Dakota Brassiel said in an interview with Newsweek, "We're coming for these people's throats, and we will never stop. We will never be silenced." There are a lot of angry people who are righteously filled with rage that are going to take back our country, they said in quotes on Friday the 26th of 2018. That's coming from thenewamerican.com. Witch hunt, no deals, Q, 28th of August 2018. Want to save your country? We help patriots get queued. So guys, if you don't know, you've got to check out these posts on qmat.pub. WITCH PDX is an activist group from Portland whose mandate is starkly anti-fascist, anti-Trump, and anti-oppressive. Many activist witches believe that the magical work against Trump is a justifiable breach of the REDE, the read, I assume. October 4th, 2017. That's coming from spiritualnature.com. As Trump supporters and Antifa clash throughout the country, witches are turning their magical attention towards the new administration, and their spells are not all about love and light. I would say I have an army of demonic powers on my side to do what I want at all times. May 4th, 2017, from Vice.com. Is it okay to hex a you-know-what? How anti-fascist witches are mobilizing together. Guys, this is nothing to play around with. And from Carly Q, as we can see here, this was actually one of the protesters / agitators, a picture taken of them the other day. And my friends, we are dealing with Satanists here. We are not dealing with people who want to be peaceful. They deem it as that. Those are complete lies. I do not trust these people. They're very dangerous. People are opening fire in public. People are lighting themselves on fire. People are hurting others. These people want the worst for America. I wanted to move forward and get into this. These are all of the executive orders that have been signed, and many of them are quite amazing. There is so much work being done under this administration. I will never, ever take it for granted, and neither should you. Amending Executive Order 13803, reviving the National Space Council, February 19th. Establishment of the Interagency Environmental Committee for Monitoring and Enforcement under Section 811 of the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement Implementation Act. Remember, we have a southern border for a reason, because a lot of traffickers of drugs, of guns, of children come up from the southern border. I'm telling you, it has to be monitored, and he's got to finish the wall, which he will. Establishment of the Interagency Committee on Trade and Automotive Goods under Section 202A of the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement Implementation Act, March 5th, 2020. Prioritizing and allocating health and medical resources to respond to the spread of CV. He's doing everything that he can. He's being bipartisan. Prevention of hoarding of health and medical resources to respond to the spread of CV. This is what they wanted. Remember, a lot of people in New Jersey, a lot of people in New York were asking, where are the ventilators? It's because Cuomo, de Blasio, they were hiding them. They were storing them. There was no more hoarding. They took care of it. And be rest assured that anyone who was going to do that was eventually caught. Delegating additional authority under the Defense Production Act with respect to the health and medical resources to respond to the spread of CV. National Emergency Authority to order the selected reserve and certain members of the individual ready reserve of the armed forces to active duty. They were actually bringing people up that were in inactive duty to help out with people who are having their buildings broken into, who have worked 25, 30 years to build a family business that have been burned to the ground. They're coming in there also to handle the agitators. Establishing the Committee for the Assessment of Foreign Participation in the United States Telecommunications Server Sector. There's a lot of spies out there that do want to get into all of our information. Don't get it twisted. I used to think that maybe China and their leaders were somewhat of an ally. Absolutely not. I take that back wholeheartedly. Encouraging international support for the recovery of the use of space resources. Again, space resources. Space Force, right? Providing an order of secession within the Department of the Interior. National Emergency Authority to temporarily extend deadlines for certain estimated payments. Very interesting on that one. Establishment of the Interagency Labor Committee for Monitoring and Enforcement under Section 711 of the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement Implementation Act. Delegation authority under the Defense Production Act with respect to the food supply chain resources during the national emergency caused by the outbreak of CV. Remember, a lot of these meatpacking plants were being shut down. They were doing it on purpose. They were trying to keep the goods and services away from us. They wanted the worst for Americans. Ordering the select reserve of the armed forces to active duty. This is massive. We are all well aware that the president can initiate more of a stand-in on the military, martial law. It could come into place if things continue to get out of hand. Remember, Q has told us this, that there is a possibility of that happening. Again, ordering the select reserve of the armed forces to active duty. Securing the United States bulk power system. That is one in its own. Very, very interesting. Promoting American seafood competitiveness and economic growth. Delegating authority under the Defense Production Act to the Chief Executive Officer of the United States International Development Finance Corporation to respond to CV. Remember, he was all over this. We had mercy. We had comfort out there. All the ventilators were ready. Again, empty hospitals, empty ships. Establishment of the Forced Labor Enforcement Task Force under Section 741 of the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement Implementation Act. Regulatory relief to support economic recovery. We all got the stimulus checks. Preventing online censorship. This was enacted May 27th. Preventing online censorship. This is going to have to be coming quickly, guys. I don't know how long these channels will last. These pro-Trump channels may not be around too much longer. That's why it is so important to subscribe right now to True Reporting 2.0. Advancing international religious freedom. We have to have religious freedom. They shut down churches, but yet they keep open liquor stores. They keep open all of these other places that have nothing to do with keeping us balanced and healthy upstairs and spiritually. They do not want us to succeed. We all know that this is nothing more than spiritual warfare. Accelerating the nation's economic recovery from CV, the emergency, by expeding infrastructure investments and other activities. Guys, it just goes on and on. Blocking property of certain persons associated with the International Crime Court. Blocking property, maybe to be investigated, right? Safe policing for safe communities. Gotta have it. Strengthening the child welfare system for Americans and their children. Guys, I mean, this goes on and on. Look at how much he's implemented. It's so... The embetterment of humanity, the embetterment of our country is done by this president and the military. He wants the best for you and me. Trust that. Believe in your president. Believe in humanity. Believe in your God. Because in the end, we will be okay. Things I do feel could get much worse, but it's always the darkest before the dawn. I wanted to leave you with this real quick on a tale of good news. Germany investigating 30,000 suspects in a pedo probe. In Berlin, guys, Germany is investigating some 30,000 suspects as part of a widening probe into a you-know-what network in the Western Bergisch Gladbach region. I hope I enunciated that right. Authorities said Monday. The cybercrime unit in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia is investigating 30,000 unknown suspects in the case. The Justice Ministry for Germany's most populous state said in a tweet, "We want to drag perpetrators and supporters of child abuse out of the anonymity of the internet," the ministry said. Those being investigated are suspect of sharing, in quote, child and youth you-know-what content, including fictitious and or real acts of abuse in anonymous online discussion forums and chat groups. The cybercrime unit Zach NRW said in a statement, "I did not expect, not even remotely, the extent of the child abuse on the internet," North Rhine-Westphalia's Justice Minister Peter Beisenbach told reporters. What the investigation team had uncovered was deeply disturbing, he said. "We must recognize that child abuse on the internet is more widespread than we had previously thought." Well, it's all about the elite, right? This is their energy. This is what they get off to. It is a sick thing, and as years go by that we are awake, we're starting to witness this more and more in real time of how much of a problem this truly is, and I believe that the White Hats are in control, and they will shut down these probes, these rings that are worldwide, and we all know why they use these children for adrenochrome. The abuse investigations began last October with the arrest of a suspected perpetrator in Bergisch Gladbach near Cologne. To date, just over 70 suspects have been identified throughout Germany. In May, the first offender of a 27-year-old soldier was sentenced to 10 years in prison and placed in a psychiatric hospital for the indefinite period. Germany has been left shocked at the discovery of several serious cases of child abuse over the past 18 months. In early June 11th, people were arrested on suspicion of sexually abusing children and filming their actions after videos and photos were seized from the cellar of a 27-year-old man from the western city of Munster, also in the North Rhine-Westphalia state. Investigators said that they have identified at least 3 victims, aged 5, 10, and 12 years old. Officials said that the investigative capacities on child abuse had been increased, which would likely lead to the discovery of more cases. In an earlier scandal in Laguide, 125 kilometers, 80 miles from Munster, several men abused children several hundred times at a campsite over a period of several years. Again, Germany investigating 30,000 of these creeps. They're going to be brought to justice. There's a reason that this is on the news. There's a reason that we're starting to see this pop up all over the internet, because it's being exposed. And again, remember, 80% of us, of the population, will not understand the truth. It is so dark and so deep. A lot of people will be hospitalized because of the world that they have come to realize. My friends, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to this channel. It is always an honor for me to be on the front lines with each and every one of you. Always know that. Always take that to heart. I hope you have an amazing day for the rest of your day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful one. Bye-bye. Guys, if you found what you just watched informative and you enjoyed it, then please subscribe to the True Reporting family today. There are many ways to support this channel, like our Patreon link, our PayPal link, and our TRUreporting.us official website link in the description box below. Join the True Reporting family today and be a part of history, because where we go one, we go all.